Oh yeah, welcome back to Battle of the Sexes, Battle of the Sexes.
I honestly don't care if you were listening to the fan favorite section last week or this week, but well, because it is the first episode of 2020 for Battle of the Sexes. Happy New Year to you all, and welcome to Break Time on Westside, your number one break time podcast show, coming to you from Nairobi, Kenya. The man on the mic is Sir Denver B, and a new episode of Battle of the Sexes is here with us, episode 22. And because it is the start of the new year, obviously people are making their New Year's resolutions. Now, personally, I think those things are absolute shit because people hardly ever follow them. And when you look at it, most of them are usually of shit that they would like to do, but they never give themselves the drive to do. And then at the end, start saying that they'll do them the following year. Just bullshit like that. But as we go with the craze, I figured y'all need to learn some shit. Like, there's some shit that we need to leave in the previous decade. We're in a new decade, so I think it kind of warrants me bringing in a couple of things that we need to leave in 2019. So I sat down, I talked to a bunch of people, and I wrote down, and also did some research, and wrote down a couple of things that we need to drop in the year 2020 going forward. Now, I'm going to kick this off on a bit of a fiery note. Number one, we need to stop spitting on pussy before we hit it. Because why the fuck do you even do that? I honestly don't even get why. Like, is there any reasonable explanation as to why it is people actually spit on pussy before they hit it? Because it's like something that I've only seen on porn. And, and Eminem has rapped about it once before. I think I can link that specific Eminem track from the song No Love, where he did say such a thing right here. They call me a freak because I like to spit on these pussies before I eat them. But yeah, besides that, I don't see any other references as to why it is you really need to spit on the pussy. Because if it's lubrication, she already lubed. If she ain't lubed, as in like, if it's not lubricated enough for you to go in there, then y'all need to get into some foreplay, or you probably need to touch her real good in some places. Or if all of that fails, then, I don't know, massage oil is probably your best friend. But why the fuck are you spitting on that shit? Like, spit is in no way, shape, or form good as a lube. Even though a shorty is giving you head, it's only because it's constant spit. Otherwise, that shit is not great as a lube. And I personally think that was absolute trash to whoever it is that actually brought up the whole I should spit on it before I hit it. It almost seems disrespectful to a sense. I don't know, like probably I'm just looking too deep into it, but it is disrespectful. Like, you only spit on stuff that you don't like, you spit on stuff that you don't care about. And considering all the shit that niggas do for pussy, we actually tend to spit on that shit, and yet we actually want it so damn bad. So I feel as though, as niggas, as men, as people in general, even the shorties who eat pussy, y'all should stop spitting on it. Do not spit on it unless, actually there's no unless, just stop spitting on it, period. Anyways, I've gotten that bit out of the way. I was wondering how the fuck I was gonna get done with that. On to the second one. Getting a girlfriend is not a resolution or an achievement. This isn't even sounding like a New Year's res, but at the same time, I've seen so many people say that. I've actually seen it a couple of times on Twitter. In this year, in 2020, I'm gonna get myself a new girlfriend. I'm gonna get this. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If you're a single guy and you're saying such shit, that just shows how lonely you are. And I think this also extends to girls as well. Getting a new boyfriend or a new girlfriend, depending on what it is that you like to hit. Y'all getting a significant other, I don't think that shit is really a matter of planning and goal setting. That's one of those things that, you have to let life work its way through to you. I'm not saying that you just sit back, binge watch series for 12 fucking years and then start getting pissed off when you can't get yourself a girlfriend or a boyfriend. What I am saying though is don't add it to a plan as if there's a strategic way of doing it. Like when you're putting in like New Year's resolutions and you're making your plans, there's some sort of calculated way. Like there's ways that you can kind of calculate that you'll get there. Even though you haven't properly planned it, if you try and work out the details as ways you can get it. So like let's say if it's like increasing profits by 20-30%, let's say you're working for a big ass company, then it makes sense because at least you can make up a couple of cutbacks here, you can make a couple of extra spends here, extra investments which will bring in that money back. But when it comes to relationships, I don't think people understand that relationships aren't stuff that you'll constantly plan. Unless some of y'all actually do that shit, of which I need to know what formulas you use. I'd actually be interested in that math. But yeah, that being said, honestly, getting a girlfriend is not an achievement. Plus, it's also in some highly sugar-coated way, if I can say it like that, of telling the world that you're lonely. And that's just me, the way I see it. Because if you're busy talking about how you want to get a girlfriend, you want to get a boyfriend, why aren't you comfortable with yourself? Huh? Let that shit come over time. Like, you can't get everything because apparently you want to, how would I say it? Because you want to be comfortable in the current state that you're in and shit. Get comfortable with you being you and you being with yourself before you get yourself a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Like, trust me, being single is a ton of fun if you actually realize all the shit that you can do when you're being single versus when you're in a relationship. Yeah, so fuck it. Like, stop trying to plan for this shit. So on to number 3. Shoot your shot if you can or forget about that shit. And that's facts. Trust me, over these past 10 years, people have gotten introduced to all sorts of social media. I will not lie, I started using Facebook in 2010. And call it being late, call it being early for some of us, but a lot of us started using social media heavily during that time. I joined Facebook in 2010, I joined Twitter in 2012, and I joined Instagram in 2017, towards the end. That was just personally because I never really gave much of a damn about Instagram, and it felt like it could waste a fuck ton of my time. But at least now I'm starting to see some of the benefits of it with the Break Time on West Side podcast IG page, of which y'all should go and follow that page. We post memes there as well, so y'all might actually go and have a bit of extra fun there, besides just the snippets and a lot of the updates on the shows. Now, that being said, I will add this. Because a lot of us were just getting into social media, we didn't know how to do shit. We were all scared of it and all. And in all honesty, I think that now we should be a lot more comfortable with doing a lot of stuff on social media. You don't have to be comfortable, but if you have a chance, take it. A lot of us used to get scared of shooting our shots. Hell, screenshots exist nowadays. Shorties have made it so bloody annoying when it comes to shooting your shot, because you don't know if you end up saying some shit and then it sounds a bit messed up in one way or another, and then she takes a screenshot and then she sends it to her friends, and you've gotten like a ruined opportunity that has turned into 5 ruined opportunities. No lies, that shit is annoying as fuck. And for those of y'all that take such screenshots, y'all need to eat a dick, a big one that you can't swallow, or a deep throat. Anyways, that being said, shoot your shot, man. Regardless of whether she's gonna take a screenshot and send it to her friends and they'll laugh at you. You shoot your shot. You take your shot at whoever it is you want. I won't believe in like waiting for a quote unquote perfect time, because if at any point you want to have a perfect time, it's a time that you'll make. It's not like business. It's not like being in a certain kind of business or industry or field where it's like, there are perfect times for such and such things to happen. Go shoot your shot, man. You see a pretty shorty, you want to be a part of her life, you want to date that shorty, probably you just want to smash. Shoot your shot, man. Whether they look at you one way or another, people are always going to have thoughts about what it is that you are, what it is that you do. So when you look at it in the long run, it's their thoughts. There's a reason why it's going to be a thought. A thought isn't something that everyone really needs to hear. It only becomes like words if they choose to say it. But either way, it's their thoughts. It's their personal opinion of you. And the way I've said it a lot of times, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has at least one. So while you're doing that, don't give a shit about other people's opinions. Go and shoot your shot. If you get some, you can thank me later. If you don't get some, you'll obviously live to fight another day. Don't let your confidence get broken after the first one. Just go ahead, shoot your shot, and get yourself some ass or get yourself some dick, whichever it is that makes you as happy as possible. That being said, on to number 4. Stop letting yourself get disrespected and getting disrespectful towards people that you are interested in, people that you like, people that you're dating. I don't think I need to stress this as much as I can stress a lot of this shit out. Like, I should probably obviously stress it more than, like spitting on pussy before you hit it. Why the fuck do people usually do that though? Fine, yes. You might find someone who's trying to do anything and everything possible so that they can get with you. You don't have to disrespect them. You don't have to put them through shit. If you don't like them, don't take them through the ringer. If you don't really feel like you're gonna do shit with them, I don't see why you need to make sure that they buy drinks, that they do your work for you and shit. Because a ton of times I hear about how guys will be, doing an assignment for this chick that they're in campus with that they like so much. They'll be, constantly trying to compliment, they'll get flowers and shit. They'll always try to make perfect scenarios. They'll try and hang around them, even though they're doing absolutely nothing. Niggas, the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm gonna ask you this question. Why the hell are you doing that? Because if she wanted you, I don't think she'd want you for the person that you're trying to be. She'll want you for the person that you always are. Because if you're gonna change so that you can make someone good, then trust me, you don't need that person. You don't need to change who you are. You should evolve yourself and constantly try to make yourself better. But I don't think you need to change who you are just so that you can appease someone that you probably won't even get married to. Your relationship might even last 2-3 months, maybe a year at the most. So why the hell should you do all that? And I will not say that it just happens to guys. I see girls go through the ringer as well, busy doing shit for a guy. Although their version of going through the ringer is, like them allowing to be a friends with benefits or just being a regular or casual fuck buddy for a guy that they want to date. And yet this guy isn't interested in dating. And they're like, oh, if I ride this dick a hell of a lot better next time, this nigga might feel so good, he might want to date me. Nah, this shit ain't gonna happen. Shit barely ever happens. If you're a fuck buddy, accept that you're a fuck buddy. Although, at the same time, I did say shoot your shot. So, what I can tell you is, if you are trying to get with someone, I don't see why you need to go above and beyond. Only do what it is that you need to do based on your boundaries. If you never do that shit before, you can try it once, but don't do it more than you need to. Don't go too far and above to appease someone. Chances are, they're probably screwing someone who's doing even below bare minimum just to get this person's attention. That's just me. But in all honesty, I don't see why people need to go above and beyond. That's how niggas end up with bills they don't need to pay. Shorties too, because nowadays I hear shorties also pay some bills. On to the next point though. Number 5. Appreciate the ladies who take birth control and use that protection. Yes, this is true. Always appreciate these ladies. Yo, I am not even gonna stress this well enough. Y'all need to appreciate ladies that take birth control. And I'm not just saying this because you can go raw in that shit, but it's because of all the problems that they go through. Like birth control, since the last time I actually checked, which was just recently, actually I think it was this morning, birth control is volatile as fuck. It's nearly as ish and as 50-50 in terms of, reactions and side effects as, stuff like consent. Because, just the same way consent doesn't work for everyone the same exact way, and it's very subjective, birth control is the exact same thing. Whatever pills that you'll be put on, they could cause acne and massive weight gain on someone, while on someone else, it'll cause a better rounding of the hips, clearer and fairer skin, and, an improved sex drive. while for someone else it can just cause nothing but low mood, which can just trickle into like depression and shit. So that shit is just it's a trippy thing. And a lot of shorties do it sometimes for themselves, and other times they do it for their boyfriends, for niggas that they want to fuck, so they can hit that shit raw and both of y'all can enjoy yourselves. So we need to appreciate these ladies that take that birth control. Although at the same time, guys, I will tell you, continue using a bloody condom. Y'all heard on the previous fan favorite section about that pregnancy shit. Some nigga been thinking that his shorty was using birth control and she wasn't using shit. I'm not saying that you stop trusting whatever woman you're with, but practice your pull-out game, but mostly use a condom. Try and keep yourself safe, because even though you're taking birth control just prevents babies, and when you look at it, it's mostly condoms that will prevent you from getting shit like STDs and HIV. So best advice I can give you there, always use protection. Always use protection, but either way, always appreciate them ladies with that birth control, because they pretty much been taking a lot of that pain so that some of us can get a whole lot of that pleasure. Now, next thing. Oh, this one is gonna be fun for me. Buying expensive shit for bae and then trying to take them back, or just giving the money in general. I don't know how many times I need to stress this. I don't know how people need to say this in one way or another. Can y'all stop spending so much bloody money on other people? Like, I'm gonna say this because a homie of mine told it to me like a couple of years back in early 2016. Like, that person that when you look at, you're like, you know what, I would give up everything for. You'd give up everything for them. You would sell your soul for them. You'd pretty much go above and beyond to make them happy. You'd never want to see them cry. You'd always want to make sure that they're smiling. Now take that person, make that person yourself, and go do your shit your way. Because, no lie, that shit is something that has gotten a ton of us disrespected, has gotten a ton of us mistreated, all because we're trying to appease someone, we're trying to get with someone. It does kind of seem like the same point as number 4, which was stop letting yourself get disrespected by someone that you like. But either way, that shit does still kind of merit its own kind of point. Because you hear stories all the time about, oh, I bought this for my shorty, oh, I got my shorty a car, and nowadays she uses it to go to the side niggas place and screw and shit. I pay rent for the shorty. Actually, speaking of which, let me even just pull up a screenshot real quick from some guy on Twitter. So this guy was like, I dated this girl for 3 years. I paid rent for her for 2. Yesterday, I went to the house and caught her kissing another guy. I became angry and left. This morning, she sent me the guy's number and said I should call him and tell him there's nothing between us. And I'm like, you paid rent for 2 fucking years. 2 fucking years. Like, it's like those people that are willing to pay for someone's college tuition. I ain't ready for that shit. Yo, why the fuck do people do so damn much? You're paying for fuel, you're paying for A, B, C, D. Actually, even paying for transportation just so that you can come to your place because you want to smash is a sin. Y'all shouldn't be doing that shit. And I'm saying that as facts. I don't care who the hell you is, you have got to stop doing that shit. Why the hell are you paying for some shit that the both of y'all are gonna enjoy? It's like you going to the club and paying for the drinks, yet the whole squad is gonna take a sip and shit. It don't make sense. Not unless you feel like being generous. I feel as though that is absolute bullshit. She's not being paid for a service. She's gonna enjoy it. She'll probably even enjoy that shit a hell of a lot more if she gets her satisfaction and you get your satisfaction. Because hell, shorties can come more than twice in a row. And most niggas can't. So buying expensive shit for bae and then having to take them back at the end of the relationship, don't bother with that shit. Y'all grow your relationship together. I don't think you guys need to throw that much money into it. Just put money in when it's required. And if you're gonna get some smash, stop throwing money in the name of sending her transport money. It's some shit that happens a lot around this part of the world. I don't know about a lot of the other sides. If you're in Turkey, if you're in the UK, if you're in Australia, I don't know if you do that shit as well. But I don't think y'all need to start putting this much money just for pussy or just for dick, because I don't know how all the other regions are. I'm gonna just speak for myself and say, in this part of the world, people do that for pussy, and I think they should absolutely stop that shit. But anyways, I want to know what your resolutions for 2020 are in the fucking department. Y'all can hit me up on the Twitter handle at Bagaka the D. The D is capital. If you guys want to hit me up on my personal Twitter handle. If y'all want to hit me up on IG, it is at Breaktime on Westside. If you want to hit me up on my personal IG, it is at Unreal Kevin James. If you guys want to hit us up on Facebook, it is at Breaktime on Westside. I will see you guys later.